I think the most important thing is as soon as I'm noticing that I'm triggered, that something's alive in me, is going into it, pausing, working with the breath, feeling into what's coming up, what's alive for me. And then, I've so many different practices that I can work through whatever it is, because I know that what's being triggered on the surface is not usually what's actually there. It's all of the unprocessed, repressed, suppressed emotions and trauma imprints that, I didn't have the tools to work with before. So whatever is happening outside of me, or, seemingly outside of me, I know is often a reflection of my internal state. And so I can go into that and start to work with that, find out what those beliefs and emotional patterns are, and actually work with them in real time. So, it's hard to say again, like what everyone can do, but the more we can build in that pause and go within when something is coming up for us. And, like I said, as an opportunity to be curious when we're triggered, rather than like, oh shit, I don't want to be feeling this. I don't want this to be happening. Something's wrong. It's like, oh, here's an opportunity to excavate something that wants to be released, that's going to bring me into more joy, more bliss, more freedom, more love, more expansion. So, when I was hospitalized 5 years ago, I ended up with an abdominal infection that doctors were baffled by. And at the time, it was extraordinarily painful. It was scary. I, was going through CAT scans and ultrasounds and didn't know what was wrong with my body. So I was scared, and I was alone. I was in a new city where I didn't really know anyone. But it's actually how I connected with my now business partner and co-founder. And so in that moment, I was, feeling all of the feelings and everything that was alive for me. And at the same time, I was visiting Justin, and he ended up coming to visit me in the hospital every day. And in that time that we had together, we felt this profound resonance, and we're like, we need to do this work together. But I was nomadic at the time, so I may have just had dinner with him and kept driving and moved on to the next city. Every day I was in a new place. But because I ended up in the hospital, we had 5 days to really drop in and feel that connection. And as a result, we've now built everything that we've built and are doing this work in the world. So sometimes we don't know why things are happening. On the surface, it may look like everything's falling apart.